track car to dump the logs in. Ready? Is that which one it was? Oh, I dumped the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. I see something. If you don't line up exactly, that fork will hit. If you don't mind, I'm gonna fix this quick. By chance, the two cars lined up with each other here. It's with a log loader. All right. I just got lucky in the past. I always dumped them perfect. It looks like if you're off this way a little, you won't hit anything, but this way you'll touch that one, that side. All right. We'll try again. I think the track's up a little high. I like to see what's going on here. I don't know if I dumped these yet. I didn't test them. If that ever happens, you just raise your track up a little under it. I think it's gonna hit again. If you don't mind, I have an idea. What if I'm too close to the sawmill? You know, maybe they're not rolling off the tips. It's hard to reach that inside one. The pocket grabs it, so. Back here a little. Yeah, that's better. And this works off track voltage too. Show your switch here. As the logs are pulled in, the planks come out the other side. This one has a vibra motor too. Here's the plank out. See that log get pulled in there on this side. And the planks come out. Oh, I got all 5 planks out already. Yeah, one of my favorite accessories. And get these out of the way here. Definitely the problem. You don't want to be too close. To have her spaced about that far away, and make sure this fork stake doesn't hit the side there. And you got it. Then the logs or the planks loading here. With a conveyor belt to pick them up. And out in the back, you open up the garage door, and the logs come out that were put in there. For now, I'll just leave them here. Hold you up on the video. Alright. That's the number 464 sawmill. This is the post-war version. I don't know if I think they made a repro. To speed things up, I think I'll just pull the engine. Maybe I'll run it. I'll run it. Sometimes the accessories have longer or shorter logs. Like the lumber mill back there takes short logs. The long ones won't roll down all the way. They'll hit the sides. So watch the length of your logs. So here again we dump. Ready? Yep. Roll. Oh, I'm not on the track all the way. Have to be lined up on the accessory tray. Operating tray. Actually, no, she's a little stiff. One on the floor. We can use 4 for the demo. Alright. And the switch is here. Only one problem, I didn't line up the car. There we go. That'll load the car up. I could have used a little more voltage coming up there. It would have had them roll better. Alright. I could just grab that log. It's down there. Okay. And over here we got one more accessory, the barrel loader, on this line here. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to disconnect the barrel car. It's too hard to hold the camera and like run the train under it so it'll load the way it should. Be a little closer. So, again, works on track voltage. Vary the voltage till it works right. Whoop, too much. I like the way they got a pocket down in here where it'll turn the barrels on its side before it goes up. Give it a little more gas here. Oop, wrong way. Alright. I never looked to see if the barrels would right themselves in here. I don't know what to find out. Oop, turn the throttle on. Again, a lot of guys as they load in here, they burp the barrel loader up a little bit to pull them out of the way, but I only got one hand, so I'm just gonna give it some more voltage. I'm pushing the car just a hair that way because my board is leaning like this. It really sags. There's a lot of weight on it. It's really thin fiber board. But there's the barrel loader. It's got the movable man on it. And that's that one. Actually, we got 3 more. After the lumber loader here, I'd like to show you the delay station and the operating box car and mail car. The mail car, I got it set up on the track right here by the station, so he kind of spits the mail bag out when he flies by. Oop, switch off. Oh, I was lined up. Shoot. Right about there. Okay. So this is a lumber loader. Oops, lost some backward. And the controller is special. It has a little black button you turn on the left to turn it on instead of hold it down. I had them. Oh, all right. Sorry, look, a little bumbling. I loaded the wrong logs again. Like I said, this is the longer ones. We got 3 log cards in this video. These are too long where they won't fit down in there. I used the wrong ones. But as long as we got to eject them. Oh, I already did. Yep. Where'd they go? Oh, here. Caught in there. Oh, now we got a problem. Never ran into this before. Tell you what, we'll have to skip the load because now I got these longer logs caught up in here. Sorry. I'll have to turn it upside down and get them apart. But here's the short ones that should go in here. And what happens is they roll down the chute here and come out this way, and they're held in place like this. So when you drive the same car up the other side, you hit the red button and it dumps like a log car, which I tried to do. And they're caught up in there. So I'll have to dig them out. But I can still show you what it should look like going up. Got the right size in there now. They're all going in here. And normally they would just come out like they should. Alright. I tried hard to keep those logs separate in the right places, but I missed one. So next is the delay station. I have it on, oh, you can also have it on continuous run so it won't delay, which is nice. If you want to set it so it will delay, take the top off. And sorry about the light, but there's a little switch in here where if it swings all the way this way, it says constant or continuous. And when you move it back this way, just a hair, I don't want to get it too far, there's a thermal switch in there. That'll heat up and make the contact for when the train is to move again. And here's a trick to locking your E-unit to it. If you don't lock your E-unit, it'll go to neutral instead of forward too, so when you're in the block. Okay, now it stopped like that on its own. I still got the throttle on. Ah, shoot. I didn't do it quick enough. Hang on. I was just about to tell you. A trick to locking the unit out, but I didn't have the delay set long enough to do it. So when it hits the block and you have the delay set, sorry, the block, by the way, is just like a track block. I got it pinned about here and here. So that's the delay block for the station itself. And then continuous run, of course, it'll go through. When it stops, the switch heats up and it lets the train go through. So, and now we're stopped. Well, you got it like that. Then hit your E-unit off, and it'll be locked and forward on its own. There it goes. Here, take off. Now I'll do it again without showing the whole thing. Let's see if I can hit it a little hard. So it stopped on its own, and it'll take off on its own. All right. Trying to do everything at once here. I couldn't. I'm going to put it on continuous run for testing now, or displaying. Continuous run again. That's pretty close. Tab's got to fit in there. Here's the operating mail bay car. I'm going to slide him over to show you. What happens with this guy is he, it's just like the operating box car, but he's holding a magnetic mail bag that is held on, holding onto with a magnet. So here we go, he's going to throw him out. It's on a coupler track. Oops, son of a gun. The mail bag fell off while we were driving around. Anyway, he comes out like that, and he just throws the mail. And here's the operating box car. which is pretty much the same, except he comes out. Door's a little stiff. Alright. I think that may be it. I'm gonna do a lap or two yet. Just a highball a little. Yeah. Woo! That would have been a lot easier with a helper, but trick on these operating cars here with the mail car, when you reload them, you just close the door like that. You not only lube the insides, but the door guides made with a little WD-40, and they'll pop a lot better. And remember the log size with all the accessories. Who would think they had different logs? There's got to be maybe not even a half-inch difference in the right one or the wrong one. I think we got them all. Whew, I feel like I did a couple of laps or something. Alright, this set, by the way, the original Addams Family set was 5x9 with Super O. With 031s, you figure it got to be smaller. My board itself is 63 inches, which is just a hair over 5 feet with 031s, with adding a straight on each side. So if you wanted to, you could even shrink it a little farther. But the buyer that wanted me to make the set custom for him asked to make it a little bit bigger, and that's why I added on the passing siding. Also, boy, if I had a switch here or a curve, there's a trick to, if you want to save space. They'd like a freight yard on the side here with 2 sidings, and I figured out how to do it on 11 feet. If you want to add like 2 side tracks straight off, but you want to save space or pack them in farther, there's 2 ways to do it. One, if you run the switch straight and then curve right up, it'll go this way farther. You'll eat up more space. But if you take the switch and put the curve right here, no, it would be no, I can't think. You work off this way. Maybe put a curve, yeah. Curve this way, and then you're straight on the switch is angling this way instead of this way, so it's going in tighter like that. The side tracks will be closer together, but it'll fit better. Couldn't think at first. Instead of putting the switch here straight, like I was saying, you put the curve there. So you would start the freight yard from here with your be right-handed switch this time, angling right off of this curve at this angle instead of like this. And then I'm going to put another switch right on top of that, and with one more curve, then it'll go 90 degrees to perpendicular to the other track. So 2 different ways you can mount your make your freight yard up. I also like that little kind of an S-curve jog in the middle. That makes really makes the set. So much I could say about track cutting and that, but I think we'll just stop the video here. Okay, thanks again for watching, and I'll see if I can post some more videos in the near future.